In summary, copper-colored indigenous peoples didn't physically change into Negro. Let me break it down clearly. Number 1. Early identity of indigenous peoples. As I mentioned before, early sources like Webster's 1828 dictionary called the original Americans the Aboriginals, or copper-colored races. European settlers recognized Native peoples as distinct from both Africans and Europeans. Part 2. The shift toward Negro classification. Over time, especially in the 18th to 19th centuries, laws and racial policies began to blur these identities for political and economic reasons. Some indigenous tribes who lived near or intermarried with Africans, free and enslaved, were reclassified by local officials as Negro, Black, or colored, regardless of their actual ancestry. The one-drop rule, early 1800s onward, states like Virginia codified laws that anyone with any African ancestry was legally classified as Negro. This rule often swept Native peoples into the Black category if they had African connections, or if officials simply wanted to erase their Native status. Reclassifying Indigenous as Negro served a purpose. It stripped Native tribes of land rights, tax exemptions, and sovereignty. By law, they became subject to the same restrictions as African Americans, especially in the South. It was about paper genocide, erasing Indigenous identity on government records. Controlling land ownership. Simplifying racial categories into white versus non-white. In summary, copper-colored indigenous peoples didn't physically change into Negro. Instead, U.S. laws and social systems reclassified them into the Negro category, especially from the 1700s through the early 1900s, to erase Native sovereignty, strip land, and enforce racial hierarchies.